Hello, Supermoms, and welcome to our morning movement ritual. This morning, you will need a few things. Number one, if you have, when we've used these in past months, a loop band, we will be using that. And then some type of small ball, mine is over here, a lacrosse ball or tennis ball works well too. And then I also have a setup, and I fully understand that this may not work for everybody on the spot, but I have my resistance band anchored to this table over here. So what you can do is take your handle, loop it around the leg of a table or something very heavy, because we'll use that. If you don't have that, not a big deal. You can come back later and try out that exercise. And I'm just going to make an adjustment here in my camera. All right, how are you doing? Good morning. So take your ball first off, and if you need something to hold on to, I don't want balance to ever be an issue, so you can hold on to a chair or something, and place your foot on the ball, and simply push down on the center of your foot. So if you're ever looking for a quick way to kind of down-regulate your body, when you get really stressed out, push on the middle of your foot. Also, if you find yourself sitting for long periods of time, I know we don't do that ever in this country, but if you do, push on the middle of your foot and then roll. This is a way to get circulation and fluid moving through your whole body, because we are mostly fluid after all, right? 80%. Okay, so just rolling all over your foot, waking up, and then going over to the other foot. So pressing in the middle of your foot might be a little bit tender. So the point is not to inflict pain on yourself, so be easy. Press on, press off about 5 times. Oh, and breathe. I forgot that. Always. And then roll. Keep breathing. Okay. And just notice your feet underneath you. Wiggle your toes a little bit. And then we're going to go into an exercise called big toe corkscrew. And I think for the purposes of knowing what I'm doing, I'm going to point the camera down to the floor so you can see. So I've got my big toe on the floor. I'm turning my knee in and splaying the toes out and setting the foot down. So you're going to feel kind of a stretch through here, activation through your arch. So try that again. Big toe, corkscrew, and then plant your foot. You can try that on the other foot. Big toe, splay the toes, and stand. And all of a sudden it feels like you're standing on brand new feet. All right, so we're going to take that big toe corkscrew and put it into another exercise with the band. So if you need a minute to put your band around the bottom of a chair leg or a table, probably a table leg is better unless it's a super heavy chair. And demonstrate. Come back a little bit. All right, so big toe corkscrew on the inside foot. So here's my handle. Here's the band. I'm pulling it into the middle. So there's resistance pulling me this way. Big toe, press it down, splay your toes, and set your heel down. And feel that nice activation through your feet, and then band in the middle. Now, first step is, can you balance like this? Okay, try to, as much as you can, relax your glutes. I've been working on this the last few days because I learned in my course I just finished that I definitely clench my glutes way too much. All right, and that can cause hip problems. So you're going to tap out and in, and then forward. So we're thinking about 3 points on the floor. One that's behind you at a diagonal, to the side, and in front of you at a diagonal. You can even go forward. Hold it in the middle. Good. And stay steady. One thing that really helps with balance is vision. So lock your gaze on something that is not moving. Stay focused. Feel those little wavers in your body. It's okay. And breathe. And then stepping your feet together. Just kind of wiggle that foot out. Now, you're going to see my backside. You'll still hear me, but we're going to get that other foot. So from the rear view, big toe, turn the knee in, splay the toes out, and then pull your band into the middle. Make sure I'm all on screen. Yes. And tap to the side, to the front, to the back. Now, make sure that you're not gripping or clawing at the floor. Just let your feet be relatively relaxed. And if you feel your body hovering to the side, engage your core some more. And remember that vision is directly related to balance. Soften your glutes. One more time around those 3 points touching. And then together. Oh, your feet are going to feel so awake and so alive. Before we go to the floor, just one yoga pose so we can use that nice activation that we've just created in our feet. Let's do a big toe corkscrew in the front foot. And then the back foot is angled outward. Deep breath in. And exhale, forward fold. And even though we're bowing forward, there's still weight being placed in that back foot. And lengthen the spine. So dropping the hip down, tucking the chin under, back of the neck long. Deeply breathing. So inner thighs squeezing together. And start to let your feet relax even more. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inner thighs squeeze together as you stand up. And then going to your other side. So front foot, big toe, corkscrew. Lay the heel down. Other foot, step back at a diagonal. Toes are angled out. Both knees straight. Inhale, hinge forward at your hips. Let your sit bones spread apart. This was another discovery I made, but I have never done that in 27 years of yoga practice. And, well, there's a lot of reasons, but just try it. It feels very different because you get stretch in your booty, your glutes. Deep breath in, tuck your chin. Inner thigh squeeze. Good. Just let those sit bones spread out. Let your toes spread out. Try not to grip the floor. 2 more breaths. And then start to squeeze your inner thighs and stand tall. And step your feet together. And just feel your feet underneath you. We're going to move to the floor. You can do this seated in a chair as well. And we'll be using our loop, our loop-to-loop. Take that band, make it into a figure 8, like so. And I'm going to have a seat. One foot's going to be the anchor, the other foot's going to be the mover. So you put it around, you've got your figure 8 around the other foot. And anchor, mover. Point your toes and pull this foot out far enough that you've got resistance. So you're actually doing something over here. You can feel your hip. Now, if you don't want to use your leg as an anchor, you can put the other end of your loop around the bottom of a table or a very heavy chair. So you're rotating out and in. Coffee tables work great. Rotate out and in. So important here that you keep your toes pointed and you're rotating out as you keep your toes pointed. So this is tibialis posterior. If you sprain your ankles a lot, this is essential. This is an everyday exercise that you want to do. Good. Sitting tall, out of the waist, because the whole body is involved. We're awake. We're alive. A couple more. Good. And now, this is your anchor. This is your mover. Point the toes on the other foot. You can flex the other foot to hold and rotate out and in. So this is not a knee movement. So if your knee is rolling, hold on to your knee. If your thigh is rolling, hold on to your thigh. Toes pointing out and in. And I know many of you are returning to work after a really fun summer. Gosh, it feels like I don't know where you are. So put a comment in and let me know. I know I'm ending this at the end of the month, but gosh, I'd love to go out with everybody here, right? So if you know someone who hasn't been here for a while, say, hey, we got 2 more weeks of Super Mom Club. Get on. Go see Gina. Because believe me, once this video shuts off, I go into a different mode. I've got a lot to do in preparation for this new place that's opening. And I'll send you guys an email, give you more details today. Couple more. And thank you. Thank you for being here. Pretty sure it's Tanya. You are like the stronghold. Thank you so much. And rest. Whew. And just rub your legs out. These little muscles that we forget about sometimes, right? Just rub them down. Give yourself a hug. Love yourself today more than you did yesterday. And if you keep doing that, and believe me, I've been saying that to myself every day for the last 5 years, your life will absolutely change. Just that simple statement of, I love you today more than I did yesterday. And that love just continues to grow and sparkle, and magic starts to happen. And there's also the added dose of patience, which I have apparently a ton of. Everybody have a lovely and beautiful day. Namaste.